What's up, everybody? It's Re, or Rebel Inc.'s art. Before we hop into anything, I want to apologize. No video went up on Friday. I actually had a video more or less recorded, but as I edited, I realized I hated the video I'd made, and the more I worked on it, the less happy I became. I made the decision not to upload it, rather than upload something I wasn't fully proud of. I don't know if that's the greatest choice, but it's what I went with, so my bad. Today, I want to talk about why I did this, and one of my main struggles as an artist. For this video, I'm doing a speed paint where I redesign an old OC and redraw an old picture from 2013. The character, Liberty, is from an old story me and Lindsay made when we were 12-ish? It was my main source of motivation starting as an artist, and something I talked about a bunch in my old Mary Sue video. Liberty is actually Maury, the character I talk about in that video. It's her daughter. I redesigned her to better fit the fantasy setting she was in, because past Ree thought the most fantasy outfit in the world was denim, apparently, and made her look more like both her parents, because initially she really was just a recolor of her mom. With that said and done, let's talk about art. As a heads up, I'm still a little out of it, so we're just gonna push through this, but I want to talk about growth today, and how it can bog you down. I figured Redraw was a great opportunity to do that. No matter who you are, how much you draw, or what you're drawing, you're growing. However, the more you draw, the more experience you get, the less pronounced that growth gets. And I don't see a lot of folks talking about how that can take a toll on you. A lot of art advice out there seems to be very targeted towards younger beginner artists, which isn't a bad thing. There's a lot of information you need in those early stages of your art career, and it's very easy to give up during those first seasons of your art. But I don't see a lot of talk about the experiences and struggles of artists who've been doing this for a while. Maybe it's because we assume they can figure it out, or we feel like we don't have the authority to speak on the matter, but it builds up this kind of narrative that once you get past the basics of art, it's smooth sailing. It's not. It's a really rocky ocean out here at times, and I think we as artists need to be more open about that. One of the things I've been struggling with a lot lately is growth. Once upon a time, my art was growing rapidly. From 2010 to 2015, I could see my art grow from picture to picture, you know? There was a clear, strong improvement in every drawing I did, and because of that, I created a lot. It wasn't until 2016 that I started slowing down. What happened then? Well, 2016 was when I first started seeing the emergence of my style. Air quotes there, because as we talked about in my Steven Universe video, my opinion on styles is complicated. 2016 was when my art finally settled into what it is now. My style experiments became less and less extreme, and my growth stopped focusing on what I wanted my art to look like, and more like how to get it what it looked like to look more like it, for lack of a better word. It was a bit of a word jumble, but you get what I was going for, right? Right? Hopefully. It was the shift in my art from going from learning to refining, which was good. From it, my art became a lot more crisp and confident. However, it marked a shift into a more subtle growth. Seeing yourself improve on a smaller, more in-depth details isn't nearly as obvious as watching yourself learn the basics of art. However, nobody really talks about how exhausting this transition can be. Despite this being something that every artist goes through, nobody really talks about it. Nobody sat me down at some point and said, Ree, at some point your art is going to feel like it stops growing. It hasn't, you just can't see that growth as well in the moment. Nobody was obligated to, mind you, but I feel a little silly not to not let young artists know that, hey, challenges don't stop when you stop being a beginner artist, which, side note, is another phrase I kind of hate, but that's another video. It can really bog me down to look back at my art for the past year and not really feel like I've grown, but then that's kind of the goal, isn't it? We're all working towards a consistent art style, right? So why is it when you get there it doesn't feel like what you were working towards at all? Maybe it's because I didn't learn to love my art style along the way. Maybe the trick is that I was supposed to be learning to love my art at the same time, instead of assuming there was going to be some point, some door I would cross through where I would like my art, where I would be allowed to like my art. I don't know. These are all super hypothetical, by the by. I don't have the answers. Yet, anyways. Maybe that's why folks don't talk about this, is because we don't have the answers yet. I don't know. I wanted to throw all this out here anyways, partially so you guys would know what I've been up to as of late, and partially as a way of saying, hey, if you're in the thick of this too, or just starting to enter into your subtle growth phase, please know it's okay. You're not alone in that, and it's not a sign that you're getting worse at art. This is a necessary and helpful step. Hopefully, anyways. God knows I'm no authority on this. Anyway, depressing hour is over. I'm gonna go eat a full box of Cheez-Its and mope. I hope you guys like this video. If you like seeing my redesigned old characters or redraw old pieces, please let me know. There were 4 other pictures I was debating between with this one, so if you'd like to see more, God knows I've got more pictures I could do. And the whole like, subscribe spiel, you know. Oh, actually, I'm getting closer and closer to 300, which A, feels like a sad thing to be excited about, and B, feels like a trashy thing to mention, but if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love to hit that. This channel's my baby, you know? Anyway, all that aside, have a great day, eat some great food, and make some great art. Love y'all so much. Well, bye!